Step number 1. You must leave the house being whole in mind, body, and spirit. So you cannot succeed with your relationships with anyone else in the world if you do not leave the house whole in mind, body, and spirit. All right? So if you can't leave the house whole in mind, body, and spirit, you can't hold yourself accountable. I mean, you have to, but you have to say to yourself, okay, I'm just going to do the best I can. I'm not even whole today. All right? And that's half the problem in the United States, where we're working 60 hours a week for no money, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. We're not even full. So you have to somehow be full. Step number 2, when you leave the house full, one must be open. Must be open to anything and everything. Unlimited possibilities. So let's see what the magic law of attraction brings. And that's the truth. It is a magic law of attraction. It is fascinating to see what the world brings. I'm so curious what I will attract with this cool hair that I just got. Says my Leo rising, my red, right? So be open. This means you have to tame the dumbass. The dumbass is your ego. And you have to tame the inner brat. Remember the inner brat from Leo? Yes. The inner brat has to keep his mouth shut and be open, which means inside you have to squash what the inner brat says for later discussion with yourself, not let the inner brat speak on the behalf of the king or queen. No. The inner brat, it's okay to have, but we want to, out of honor and dishonor, not have the inner brat ruin our relationships. So be open to anything. Number 3, be willing and able. Willing and able. So it's like, hello, dearie, can you help me cross the street? It's like some people are like, no, I'm busy. So nowadays, it's like when little ladies come to cross the street, people are not even fucking open to the idea, first of all. It's like, she's probably a Unabomber. You know, like, whatever. Then, secondly, it's like, are you willing and able? So are you willing to cross? Now, this is a lot of times, folks, when God sends you a little lady across the street, trust me, that law of attraction is not an accident in your magical mystery tour of the day. And so when you say no to something that seems like, why would you? And, you know, you're turning down your own magic. And let's not forget, our heart is the judge. That's the king, that's the queen. So being open and willing means asking your heart, should I help this lady across the street? And my heart's like, what the fuck do you think? Right? It's like, yeah, we should. My heart's like, don't even fuck it. Okay. You know, that's when the dumbass asks the heart, like, oh, I already know the answer. Why even go there? So be willing and able to go along with the magical mystery tour. Step number 4, to peace on earth. When you are in front of someone, little old lady, stripper, I don't know why I went there just now. This is what's coming in my head. Or the police officer, which is how my night ended up last night. Okay. Wherever you end up in front of, you have to be there for yourself. So a lot of times what happens is, as soon as we get in front of, as soon as we're getting in trouble with someone, frickin' Chrysler is gone. He's nowhere to be seen. Chrysler! Where the fuck did Chrysler go? I'm sitting here getting yelled at by this old lady or the cop. Where's Chrysler now? Where's my Rearage now? Mofo, I'm going to kick his ass. Crucify Chrysler at home. Right? And that's what it comes down to. Well, the point is that part of you of talking to yourself and being there for yourself and taking a bubble bath and all that Rearage stuff, that's got to show up in public, in person, to help you deal with you dealing with them. Because they're a pain in the ass. That cop and the old lady and the stripper. I swear, officer, I thought she was a stripper when I was crossing her the street. Putting it all together now. It's all coming back, this dream. So the point is step 4, you have to be there for yourself. And you have to means that you need a delayed reaction. So when they're like, you're an SOB, the delayed reaction is, Chrysler, what do you think about that? Are we a son of a bitch? Yeah, mom was tough. Okay. You need that moment. And a lot of times people don't take that moment, which is part of the issue too. But if you are there for yourself, you have to take the moment before you react, because you have to ask, actually not just this. I mean, the truth is, we'll do this in the final show, but the truth is it's not one person, it's your entire United States of Awareness Congress. The entire 12 states of awareness really are your Rearage. I didn't want to tell you you're polygamous, I told you. But we have 12 personalities in us, our ego, our sex drive, our emotions. They're all talking to us in this me-ridge while we're getting yelled at by the cop. So if we don't have a good, solid United States of inner awareness, then our Congress will fight, and our nation will fight, and the earth will be at war. That's what happens. And what does it come down to? It comes down to the fact that President Obama is giving a smart-ass face look because he is not happy with himself in that slide. Sorry, President Obama, but it's true. Right? Step 5. After you are there for yourself, you must be there for others. Being there for others is not helping them across the street. That's being willing and able. Being there for others means you bring your entire Congress to the table. I am here with all my talent. When you catch me on, people, this is a little story, and I know we're almost out of time, but people catch me on the street all the time. It's like I got a freaking, a Kmart blue light special going off on my freaking top chakras here, because I don't care what people are doing, they will stop their car and ask me, oh my God, I just got robbed. I'm like, why are you asking me? You know what I mean? Like, it's because I got that little blue light special thing. But the point is to be there for others means, okay, the universe has just called on my superpowers to help this, sprout in need. And, okay, I'm going to just put down the phone, bring my entire 12 states of awareness, and be of service to this other person. That's honor and dishonor. I'm not going to be having sex with my wife in my visual mind while I'm also talking about the relationship to Bob, and I'm thinking about the negotiation of the deal. And trust me, I'm capable of all of that while I'm talking to someone. However, that's not very honorable. What's honorable is to be there for people, which means I'm here, my team, our whole Congress, and that fucking Chrysler. Just kidding. We're all here! All right? Step 6, and the final step of the show. Once you are there, once you are whole, open, willing, and able, be there for yourself, and be there for others, then you are willing to exchange equally. And we're going to actually talk about equal exchange more next week. But I want to make sure it was in this point of presence here, which is that, once you do, you have to exchange equally. And exchanging equally sometimes means, we're going to talk about this, that you say, you know what, I owe you, I don't have the time to receive this now, but I really want to exchange equally. Honey, so put down the gun. Right, or whatever. But at the end of the day, exchanging equally comes down to that what you gave, you received. And here's what's super important, and this is really how I'm going to wrap up this week's show. When you exchange equally, the real soul work assignment for you folks this week is not if you gave enough, but if you received enough. And not if you received enough because they weren't giving. Did you not receive enough because you were unwilling to receive? Was that person only capable of giving you a smile or a thank you, and did you take it? Did you take what they gave, and did you receive it? That's your question for your me-ridge.